Chapter 34, the meaning of the symbol. The symbol of an order is its standard or flag. It symbolizes both its source, its object, and its policy, and sets the standard by which it must be judged. Hence, it is important that persons belonging to or coming in touch with any order of movement should understand something of the emblem by which it is known on the higher planes. The seal. This seal, like all true symbols, has many shades of interpretation, all of which are included in the figure and can be applied to various conditions. These shades of meanings are applications suitable to various conditions and circumstances rather than contradictions. We will take it, however, as the seal of the Order of the 15, and endeavor to point out not only its meaning, but also how it can be made a positive help to all who are striving to reach the goal of spiritual attainment over the path marked out by this order. The seal consists of a double triangle inscribed in a circle, with an open eye in the center and 3 5-pointed stars in the spaces between the sides of the triangle and the circle. The circle represents boundless space and limitless time and eternity. It marks off the space in which creation takes place, or the circle formed by the downpouring of the great creative force, in this case the circumference within which this order is working. It is much like the circle of light projected by a magic lantern, with it when the pictures are to appear. In one sense, it is the circle of the zodiac, the pathway of our solar system, from the 12 gates or houses of which issues the radiant light of the Christos, represented as focused in the center of the open eye. In another sense, the circle is the ring pass not, or the limit of the auric zone, which every true disciple should put around himself, and whose gates, corresponding to the centers of the body, he must open and close at will to admit or exclude that which he chooses. Thus, the all-seeing eye, the Absolute, sheds its sevenfold creative rays within its creation. In case of the ring pass not, the eye is the divine flame, or the Christ force within each heart. In this order, it is the sacred altar upon which burns the eternal flame of spiritual light, from whose illuminating rays emanate the inspired teaching. The triangle symbolizes the Trinity and is the universal symbol of deity, the 3 aspects of the Logos, whether taken as the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost of the Christians, the Osiris, Isis, and Horus of the Egyptians, or the more ancient Father, Mother, Son. The apex of the triangle represents the dual creative force of the Logos, separating into its positive and negative rays. The Mother, Isis or the Holy Ghost, and the right-hand line from the Father, Osiris. These two send out their forces to form the baseline, Horus, the Son, the Christ principle poured forth and raining down upon the lower world, to manifest in all kingdoms as the great creative principle which shall redeem it. As used in this seal, the triangle is composed of 2 sets of lines, representing either the masculine and feminine forces, or involution and evolution. The inner line, the feminine, also stands for intuition and love, while the outer line represents intellect and wisdom. The spaces between the lines represent the 3 planes of manifestation: physical, mental, and spiritual. Just as it is impossible to draw an equilateral triangle within a circle without leaving 3 spaces, so it is impossible for the Trinity to express itself within the circle of manifestation without manifesting the 3 worlds. Hence, these 3 spaces symbolize the 3 worlds or 3 states of consciousness. Within each of these 3 spaces there is a 5-pointed star, representing man with his 5 senses and 5 extremities, hands, feet, head. The symbol represents man as existing upon the 3 planes of manifestation, and using his 5 senses in each of the 3 states of consciousness. A man using his 5 senses on 3 planes of manifestation makes the number 15. Also, 1 plus 5 equals 6, thus announcing through the symbol that this order is a 6th race movement, and that only by teaching man to use his 5 senses on all 3 planes can he prepare for the 6th great race. As 6 is a number of the Christ, man 5 plus divinity 1, it symbolizes that this movement is another attempt to bring the teaching of the Christ to humanity. In other words, the symbol should inspire man to stand erect, and with all his known faculties illumined by the light of truth, fearlessly penetrate into the mysteries of this being. The motto. The motto of the order is, dare, do, keep silent. Hence this must be the measure of its work. These words being placed between the double lines of the triangle show how man can conquer the 3 planes of consciousness. He must dare to penetrate into the deeper mysteries of life, dare to follow the guidance of his Father in heaven, and dare to face himself and live up to his highest ideals without regard to the opinions of his friends or enemies. He must do the will of his higher self and manifest it in his daily life. He must do with all his heart the duty that his hands find to do, the duty that lies nearest, and do unto others as he would they should do unto him. He should keep silent concerning the sacred experiences of his inner life when among those who cannot understand, should keep silent concerning his own attainment, also when tempted to criticize others. Keep silent also has reference to that silent hush of the physical and mental activities that must come ere the higher centers can catch and transmit the vibrations from the higher plane. These words form the triple key that will unlock for man the doors of his inner consciousness and enable him to function on all planes and master all states of consciousness. Taking the seal in its entirety, it shows to an initiate that this order is put forth by the Lodge to help man, through the use of his 5 known senses in all planes, to unfold his higher or unknown faculties and reach up to the divine. Many students of the higher life are striving to unfold and use their 6th and 7th senses before they have learned to use their 5 known senses on all planes. If such a thing were possible, it would make a gap in their evolution which nothing could bridge, and they would sooner or later find themselves plunged into the depth of error. The whole, being inscribed in a circle representing limitless time and eternity, shows that the symbol is active within this cycle of manifestation, moreover that it is intended as a direct preparation for the 6th great race.